Let's go. What's up, all my dragonlings? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damian Dragon, and welcome to the gaming news, where we run down the list of all the rumors, news, and everything in between from your favorite medium of entertainment, gaming, for the week. I am your host, Damian Dragon, and hope everyone has had a wonderful week so far. But before we start, I want to do something extremely new. I haven't done this in a very long time. So, first off, hey guys, what's up? I look fucking horrific, and that's my one per list. Anyway, and I just got out of bed, so yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone has enjoyed the whole week. It's going to be really great to see how all this unfolds. Very soon I'm going to have a pop filter and mic just to do the gaming news and everything. But I thought this would be really cool as a little startup. Instead of just having the PNG of the screen, I can transfer over to my normal self for a little bit so that I can talk to you guys directly. Yes, I'm normally behind the gaming news. That's me. And I just got myself a new a gaming chair, which I'm sitting on. It's delightful. Anyway, I wanted to switch over here because I was supposed to be reading off a piece of news to start off with, but there was an updated version, and I found it while I was searching for the images I normally use, so I'm going to go into that first. First off, again, it has to do with PlayStation 5. If you guys don't know, the PlayStation 5 event that was originally scheduled for June 4th was canceled due to the widespread outbreak of protests around the country. Now, I don't go on to this too much because we don't get political here on IC. We don't. I have my own opinions. Chewy has his own opinions. Chaos has his own opinions. Jimmy has his own opinions. Techie has his own opinions. I'm pretty sure Mega Man and Dave has their own opinions. And we will always, we'll get into a freaking war deciding who's right. And so we're not going to do that. Personally, we keep that stuff off of IC. So I'm glad we do. Anyway, sparking out huge unrest around the country. The whole problem is that people have been, laying off things like game announcements, everything. And as I said, one of the big things that was pushed back because of the protests was Sony's gigantic announcement and unveiling of the PlayStation 5. Anyway, I wanted to read you a excerpt from the updated version of the thing. One of the updated versions was it was completely postponed. It was, no one knew what the hell was going on. I seen a news article that I haven't ran across just yet, so I'm going to read it to you right now before I shift into my normal programming. Anyway, this is from Forbes.com. This was written by David Thier. He's a senior contributor. Ooh, games. Anyway, it says, this article was updated on 6/6/2020, which was yesterday. It says, like most video game companies, Sony pushed back its scheduled event this week. The industry has taken a bit of a breather in the wake of the global unrest following the murders of Mr. George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Pushing back season launches, large patches, game announcements, and perhaps most notably, the first major showcase of Sony's PlayStation 5. Most have done so without specifying new dates due to the fluid nature of the situation, so did Sony. It's not much of an update, but it's what we have for right now. The YouTube page that originally announced the showcase has been updated, saying that we'll get a new date soon. Updated. This is a updated part of this. This event has been postponed. We'll be in touch with a new date soon. My guess for a lot of this is about 2 weeks, though things could always change. I'll be surprised to hear from Sony earlier than the middle of next week. And when that happened, I would imagine the company would give us about a week before the event. If the situation shifts again, another delay would not be impossible. In the original test of its postponement, Sony said that we do not feel that right now is a time for celebration. For now, we want to stand back and allow for more important voices to be heard. it's not really up to video game companies to predict just how long the unrest will remain at a fever pitch, and so in most cases it makes most sense to delay things indefinitely. I believe the only exception to this that I've seen from a major game company is Epic, which delayed its new Fortnite season to June 17th, which is about 10 days away for all you Fortnite fans. About 2 weeks. For now, don't expect any companies to say anything before the weekend at the earliest. As Sony said, it's time for more important voices. Now, that was the original statement. This is the updated version from yesterday. There's still no word from Sony about a new date for the event, but another video game company just delayed a major E3 style of reveal event in the wake of the protest, EA Play. Originally scheduled for June 11th, has been delayed 1 week to June 18th. Like Epic Games, the company seems to be betting that the situation will be different by that point, hopefully for the better. Sony's event is arguably the biggest out of all of these companies, and so it's going to have to be extra cautious about when and where to announce a new date. Announcing too early runs the risk of a second delay, which would not be out of the question given the fluid nature of the process and the government response. A second delay would not be the worst thing in the world, but it's best to avoid having to make more of the announcement than necessary. In other news, the video game industry continues to show its support for the protests and the movement and the organizations underpinning it. Itch.io just announced a massive bundle of 740 plus games for $5, which proceeds donated to organizations fighting for racial equality. There are some big names in the list alongside a lot of smaller ones, and I'd recommend checking it out. Yes, indeed. I too am a little bit unnerved at what's been going on lately. Shut up, phone. I understand you're out of service. Fuck you. Anyway, the whole thing is that is something that we can't fault Sony for. Sony pushed back the event to let more voices be heard. They don't want to, post a big announcement and then, threaten to undercut all the other voices who are speaking up and speaking out against one of the biggest problems in the world at the moment. And yes, it's a horrible, horrible problem, but I'm glad a lot of people are voicing their opinions. I've already voiced my opinion on social media through Twitter. I am doing a lot of stuff on the sidelines. I'm not. Before anyone's asking, I'm not joining the protests. That's not my job to do. A lot more people are doing that. I have to look out for my family, and they're more important at the moment. I am sorry, but I understand. I'm part black and part white. It's horrible, and it's a shame that people are still living in the 1900s rather than living in 2020, where we're supposed to be and we're supposed to be progressing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but I'm letting my voice be heard in a lot more different ways. How social media and YouTubers are supposed to voice their opinions through our platforms, and that's what I'm going to be voicing my opinions for. And I know I'm not out there doing what everyone else is doing, but I think my best, and it's not only my best interest, but in the best interest of the platform that I'm on and the platform everyone else is on, that I voice my opinion on the platform I'm given. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, but it's not going to be on this channel, personally. We keep this 100% unpolitical. I shouldn't even be doing this at the moment, but you want to know something? It's how this is going to work. So I apologize, but I have to say that Sony is doing a really good job at the moment, letting voices be heard. Very soon we'll get another PS5 reveal sometime soon. I can almost guarantee it, because let's be real, they only have a few months to do this and get the hype train going for the PlayStation 5, and they don't have too much time. So we're going to get a reveal sometime soon. Anytime soon. So I'm hoping calmer heads prevail and everything goes where it's supposed to go. And I'm hoping something good comes out of all of this. Anyway, I took it too much time. Let's get back into your normally scheduled program. So first off, let's start off with boink, The Sims. The Sims is a game that me and Tui have played before on the platform. On my channel, I played The Sims 3. On this channel, so 2 years played The Sims 4. It's actually really funny. Go check it out. But this is an update from IGN on June 4th. And I think it's still going on. This is from IGN.com. This is written by Jordan Oleman. And this was written about 11:05 a.m. on June 4th. So it says, Sims are peeing fire following the latest update to The Sims 4. Oh boy. A recent update to The Sims 4 has seemingly introduced a bug to the game that is causing some Sims to pee fire. Why is my Sims pee literally in flames? Is it because he is tense? Reddit's user Jojo Wigsnatch. I can't take that name seriously, man. On the Sims 4 subreddit, and they're not the only one, the place is flooded with reports of flammable urine, as noticed by Rock Paper Shotgun. That would be the most awesome game I have ever heard, and I want it to be a thing. Many are claiming that it has something to do with the tense emotional state Sims can experience, but until EA makes a statement, we can't be sure where the glitch has come from. For now, please enjoy this absurd situation while you can. Aside from the blazing Wii, this update is causing other more serious problems like crashes and lost saves. Sims quality designer SimGuru Nick noted on Twitter that the team is looking into these issues. Appropriately, this update also added firefighters to the game, although luckily the burning whiz won't set your house alight, as players are reporting that it goes away once your sim is finished with the number 1. I thought that with my sim too, but once she was done, it went away. Like, what? Right user Beating Beauty 97. Where do you come up with your guys' names? Seriously. This unfortunate update has arrived in advance of the Eco Lifestyle Pack, which launches tomorrow on June 5th. Note, this is June 7th when this is being recorded, so it's already passed. You can check out the full patch notes here. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it is not good that you're pissing flames. That also comes from STDs. So, not too much out of the realm of possibility. Nor do I condone anyone trying to set their pee afire. Let's not. One area to keep flames away from. Keep it away from your wing wang and keep it away from your VJJ. Thank you very much, and that is my PSA for today. Anyway, this is a really weird update. I don't know how you got that wrong, or how did you even do that? But personally, The Sims 4 has done crazier things, and believe me, I've played enough Sims to know that everything is nuts if you play long enough. So, even at one point when I was playing The Sims 3, I got jiggy with death. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. So, the game is weird. The Sims are always meant to be weird. Hold on, let me turn this down just a bit, just so that I won't be blowing out your ears. Again, this is why I need a microphone. Anyway, easier said than done. The game is actually really weird, and I think that everyone should give The Sims a try at some point in their lives, if you guys haven't yet. If you guys want to start out on something, The Sims 3 is really good and a really good place to start off with. If you guys want to play a little bit more an easier game, if you like console, the PlayStation 2's The Sims Busting Out, or Sims the Urban Sims, or Sims Herbs, you can go check that out as well. Those games are actually really fun. I've played them all, and they're really cool. So, at some point, check out The Sims. Anyway, moving on to another game that has just been announced. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning Remaster. Now, this was released by Polygon.com. This was written by Charlie Hull on June 4th, 2020 at 11:35 a.m. around the same damn time as the last one. This is written, it says, leak includes a launch date of August 18th. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning Remaster leaks online. Studio says oopsie daisy. It says a remastered version of the first and only role-playing game by 38 Studios, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, is coming to consoles and PC this summer. A listing for the remaster, dubbed Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, appeared Wednesday on the Microsoft Store. The leak was later confirmed on Twitter in a post that added that all of the game's downloadable content was being remastered as well. The product page says the remaster will offer improved visuals and refined gameplay. It initially offered a release date of August 11th and has now been adjusted to August 18th. We've included multiple screenshots from the page below. Frankfurt, a German company, Kaiko, is listed as the developer of the remaster. The studio previously working with THQ Nordic on Darksider's War Mastered Edition and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. Definitive. It doesn't even have an F in it, so I can't even say that. Reach for comment. Published THQ Nordic confirmed to Polygon that the remaster is real and said it was inadvertently listed ahead of an official announcement. Yes, it's true and accurate, said Florian Emmerich, head of public relations for THQ Nordic. The news was not supposed to go out yet, which can be surmised as oopsie daisy on our end. We hope people are still looking forward to playing Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning in summer. That is really cool though. Emmerich added that fans can look forward to more information in a few weeks. A PlayStation 4 version is up for pre-order on Amazon alongside a Windows PC version. There's also a listing for an elaborate collector's edition, which comes with an 8.2-inch statue of the character Alan Shear. All of the listings give the same August 18th release date, with prices set for $39.99 for the standard game and $109.99 for the special edition. Released in 2012, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning is more than adequate RPG that counts rather R.A. Salvatore's Spawn creator Todd McFarlane and the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion lead designer Ken Ralston among his creative team. However, the game's momentum at launch was stumped out by controversy surrounding by its developers. 38 Studios was founded by Kurt Schilling, former pitcher for the Boston Red Sox and other MLB teams, in 2006. Go Sox, baby. It originally set up shop in Massachusetts, but the company was ultimately lured to Rhode Island by a hefty financial incentive from that state. Shortly after Amalur launched, the developer filed for bankruptcy, leading to an investigation that went on for years. The Amalur intellectual property was purchased at an auction by THQ Nordic in 2018. That tells you a lot. Anyway, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning will be most likely out on August 18th, 2020. That's going into the new physical year where we're going to be waiting, also patiently waiting, for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X launches, which I am going to be at the forefront for. So, the game is going to be extremely crazy, and I'm hoping that it lives up to the hype where it's supposed to be. Kingdom of Amalur, I have never personally played, but I've seen a good amount of screenshots. It looks absolutely cool. It looks like a really cool dungeon crawler type of game, and it looks like it deserves the praise it's supposed to. Just because the parent company that made the game wasn't as good as it's supposed to be, doesn't mean that the game is bad by any stretch of the imagination. So if you are a RPG type of player and you really want to wait for a game that's probably going to be really good, and you want another game to satiate your bloodlust or your hunger for an RPG until the next game comes out, my suggestion is Amalur Re-Reckoning. Coming out August 18th, 2020, and pre-orders are up now on Amazon, so you can go check those out. I'm not going to leave any link in the description below because I do not do that. So personally, I'm not selling the item, nor am I selling anything that has to do with the item, but I think that if anybody who is an RPG fan likes a nice game like this, I suggest picking up a game that is sort of like this and branching out. So, as I said, Kingdoms of Amalur coming out in August 2020 on the 18th. I suggest you go checking that out. Anyway, now down to the phone. I freaking get it. Anyway, down to our normal stuff. The PlayStation 5. Now, the game, what can be said? As I said earlier, the game has been basically postponed. Well, their reveal is postponed. It's going to be coming out in November, December. Whenever the fuck they decide to let it come out. Excuse me a minute. I have to adjust my chair. Jesus. Anyway, I hate when I have I have a cough or something. It triggers my asthma. It sucks. Anyway, the PlayStation 5, obviously, it's going to be, it's one of the most talked about systems that we don't know about just yet. There's a lot of things we can say about the Xbox Series X because we know about it. We know what it's going to, do in the coming months. But we don't know very much in the PlayStation 5. Not at all. And people are still overly, talking it down just because it's a Sony console and hasn't been released yet. It's going to be they're ashamed of the console. No, they're not. Let's face it, no matter what we do, Sony's not going to be ashamed of anything that they put the PlayStation license on. Except the PS Vita. Sony PlayStation Portable was actually really good. I want to get one again. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This next article comes from VG2 from 24/7. This is written by Sheriff Syed on June 3rd, 2020. And it goes as this. Epic Games had to rewrite parts of Unreal Engine to keep up with PS5's SSD drive. Now, this is going to be long. These next couple articles are going to be more telling to you than anything else. This just tells you how fast and how good these consoles are going to be. It writes, the SSD inside every PS5 is going to be transformative for game development, and the maker of Unreal Engine has seen it firsthand. It is no secret that the Unreal Engine creator Epic Games has fallen in love with the PlayStation 5, and the developer chose to debut its next-gen Unreal Engine 5 with a demo running on PS5 in real time. I've seen it, it was freaking amazing. Not only does the console's advanced CPU and GPU architecture enable big leaps in performance, Epic was particularly motivated by Sony's proprietary SSD technology. We spoke to Epic Games and other developers about how they believe Unreal Engine 5 will shape the future of game development on next-gen hardware, and writes, the PlayStation 5 provides a huge leap in both computing and graphics performance, but its storage architecture is also truly special. Nick Penwarden, VP of Engineering at Epic Games, told us. This goes beyond faster loading speeds, guaranteeing that level of performance for every PS5 means developers have the freedom to stream so much content every second, which could fundamentally change how levels are designed and how content is streamed. The ability to stream in content at extreme speeds enables developers to create denser and more detailed environments, changing how we think about streaming content. It's so impactful that we've rewritten our core I/O subsystems for Unreal Engine with the PS5 in mind, he added. That is something big. While it's true that both Xbox Series X and PS5 have NVMe SSDs, Sony took things further by boosting the transfer speeds well beyond what's possible on even the most expensive consumer-grade products available today, and certainly faster than the Xbox Series X. For all of you that are putting down the PlayStation 5 in favor of the Xbox Series X, keep on listening. With that in mind, Epic is confident Unreal Engine 5's impressive tech will run on both PS5 and Xbox Series X. That tells you all you need to know, that the Unreal Engine 5 runs faster on the PlayStation 5 than the Xbox Series X. Well, that doesn't tell you all you need to know. But personally, when a game developer like Epic Games looks at you and says, I adore this console, I have to remake my subsystems for the Unreal Engine 5, specifically for the PlayStation 5 in mind, that tells you that you did something freaking right. And that is actually really cool where that all stands out and how everything is shaping around the PlayStation 5. That whole era of mystery, but also just the unreal factors that are going into the PlayStation 5. It's going to be a truly revolutionary console. The Xbox Series X is also going to be an extremely revolutionary console, but we don't know how everything is going to shape up until the coming months are coming. So that tells you what you need to know. And here's another person praising the PlayStation 5. Jesus. This is coming from GameBolt.com, and it was written by Ravi Sinha on June 4th, 2020. It writes, former Frostbite dev on PS5 specs. Disconnect between numbers and what it's capable of. Yen Chernikov says that specifications mean nothing until you can actually see that in practice. Exactly what I said in my comments underneath every one of my gaming newses that are saying, like, well, the numbers mean this and the numbers say that. The numbers don't matter until they are put to work, and that's what I've been saying lately. Hold on, I want to see if I can find it. I want to see if I can find it. I have to before I read the rest, because good lord, I need to see it. Who did I write that to? I wrote it a long time ago. Gaming news. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's go down the list. I have a lot of items. I know gamer. Do you want to collab? No. I have a lot of comments underneath the gaming news. Here we go. I said, I see your point, but you're not taking into account that the fact that both consoles still need to reveal personally what they can do at launch. That's exactly near what people said about the Xbox 360, and look how that turned out. I agree that by specs the PS5 is outmatched, but a console is only as good as the games and the experience and the overall feel for the console. Exactly what I said under one of my things a couple months ago when under the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X impressive specs and EA bans game YouTuber. That's what I wrote under a comment by Angry Chainsaw. And yeah, he was comparing the specs and how the numbers match up. But that's why I said you can't tell anyone the numbers, because the numbers don't mean anything until it's put to practice. And that's what the PS5 did. Anyway, on we go. Sony has yet to fully showcase the PlayStation 5, whether it's the console's design or price. However, it's spoken quite a bit about its capabilities, especially with solid state drive. That being said, even with Sony hyping up the overall performance, the CPU and GPU numbers on paper don't always tell the full story. Yen Chernikov, a game engine developer who previously worked as a software engineer on DICE's Frostbite engine, gave his thoughts on the console's performance numbers in a recent YouTube video. He noted that I don't generally like looking at numbers like this because, in my experience, looking at clock speeds and frequencies and teraflops and all that stuff, it's fine and it might look good on paper. But when you actually start programming for that hardware and you start stress testing it, you have an actual full game that you've built up, which is a difficult thing to do. It's not something that you can get to within a few months of having the new PS5 hardware. When you finally get to the stage, you may notice problems, and again, numbers are fine, but it's cool, it meets certain specifications. But to be honest, that means nothing until you can actually see it in practice. So I don't know. You know, this is just my opinion, my thought. But when I look at these numbers, it's very difficult for me to be like, oh, though it is a lot better. That being said, when it comes to the solid state drive, the numbers do offer something more concrete. When I look at SSD space and it says 5 gigabytes a second or whatever, like that's an amount that I'm sure that the console could sustain. And I can actually, picture myself streaming 5 gigabytes per second. That's like something tangible. But clock speed and teraflop count, for me personally at least, is a little bit harder to look at that and be like, oh, I can draw this many triangles. I can make a game that suddenly supports this. Because until I start programming for that hardware and I see what other people have done and how sustainable it is and all of that stuff, it's very difficult to see a specific upgrade in a particular department. Even though obviously the numbers are there, but there's a bit more of a disconnect, I feel, between those numbers and what's actually capable of being achieved on the platform. Chernikov's views represent something that's been the case even when the PS4 and Xbox One launched. Despite those consoles being hyped up as similar to a PC's architecture, it still took time for developers to fully understand and utilize the power available. Given how unpredictable game development can be, optimization is often the key difference maker. As more games release for the PS5 in the coming years, we'll know the full extent of the hardware's capabilities. In the meantime, the console is currently slated to release this holiday season. Stay tuned for more. Now, with that being said, I've said this a lot. You cannot look at the numbers and say this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. It cannot happen. Nor can it be done. What you can do is see what it's capable of in practice and say, oh, this is how I can do this. I can do this. This is what I can do with this, and this is what I can do with this. Give me one moment. And we are back. Sorry about that. My computer's right next to the wall that leads to the bathroom. So, yeah, you can hear the water going through the wall. That's not a good thing. Anyway, as I was just saying, as I said, you can't just prove that something is good just by the numbers. You have to see it in practice, and that's what needs to be happening. Anyway, on to another thing, which we're going to transfer up here for a moment. So, boop. Anyway, I do need to go over this real quick. This is what I normally use. This is from push.com, and this is written by Stephen Chalabi. I'm going to go over like a few like lines of this. I'm not going to go over it too much, but Australia fines PlayStation $3.5 million for refusing refunds on digital purchases. And it writes, Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe has been fined 3.5 million AUD after the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission charged the company with misleading PlayStation Store customers. The Federal Court of Australia ordered the penalty for making false and misleading representation on its website and dealing with Australian consumers about their Australian consumer law. This stems from four customers who reported to Sony about having bought and downloaded faulty games from the PlayStation 4's digital storefront. Customers were told that a refund would not be issued after a digital game had been downloaded, or if it had been 2 weeks since the date of the purchase. This after a digital product has been downloaded and certainly do not disappear after 14 days or any other arbitrary date claimed by a game store and developer. Furthermore, SIE Europe had told one customer that only the game's developers could issue a refund, and told another that a refund could be made with PS Store credit rather than money. These claims have been labeled false by Sims and go against consumer guarantee rights in Australian law. Consumers who buy digital products online have exactly the same rights as they would if they made the purchase at a physical store. And I very much agree. Like, I purchased a PS Plus subscription. I'm going to try to get a refund for that. In practice, I want to see if that actually works. I don't know if it does, but if it does, it does. Anyway, if you buy something online and you set a date for those to be, sent back, give the people their money back. It's not difficult. Not by any stretch of imagination. If you buy something and you set a date that says this is the time you can get your money back, this should be the time where you sit the money away. But the whole point is, if they refund it, that basically means give it back to them. A refund means refund. So I wanted to touch on that real quick because, yeah, it's stupid that people can't get their money back for something they bought within the time that it was set. So give them their damn money back and go on about your day. It's only $50. Your company's worth nearly $128 billion. You can refund $50. Anyway, back to your reschedule program. Anyway, this is going to be the last news thing for the day because it has been already 40 minutes and I have a lot more. I have less time than I thought. Anyway, this is from tomsguide.com. This is written by Richard Priday, and it says PS5 SSD is so fast developers need to redesign their games. Oh boy. We've heard plenty about the PS5's technical brilliance from Sony and its associated developers. Another testimonial from a senior staffer at Epic Games have emerged, this time full of praise focused on the new console's SSD drive, which we've talked about earlier. I read that actually earlier and stated that it was truly special. The ability to stream content at extreme speeds enables developers to create denser and more detailed environments, changing how we think about streaming content, continues Penwarden. Blah 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 blah. While this is certainly true compared to the PS4, the PS5 has been confirmed to have a lower compute output compared to the Xbox Series X. Sony will be relying on its console's other features such as 3D audio and haptic abilities of its new DualSense controller. Xbox fans needn't get jealous though. Epic Games founder and CEO Tom Sweeney posted on Twitter that the changes to Unreal Engine will help improve the Xbox Series X and other platforms too. That just tells you that everything... how everything is. They have to change up their gaming, how they're processing everything, and how everything is changing around the engines that they're writing to make the consoles a lot more better. That just tells you that more games are gonna be able to do so much more than they used to. And I think we're literally stepping into a new digital age when it comes to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X consoles. Okay, Google Maps. Don't know why you're emailing me, but I do not want your email. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. First off, thank you to everyone who has joined me today. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been... Oh. Un momento. Son of a bitch. For those of you that are wondering what that was, it's this. It's Oreo iced coffee. And I put like a couple things of like chocolate strips inside. So that's what that was on my nose. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, today's been fun. We ran over a lot of stuff that needed to be ran over. So I'm really glad that I got in what I needed to get in. As I said, the PS5 reveal event from earlier today, I don't like getting political, but it needed to be addressed at some way, shape, or form. The protests are getting really amped up, and to be honest, deservingly so. I'm not gonna sit here and glorify people committing crimes, looting and all that, but I get it. If anything else, I get it, but you shouldn't be looting your stores that you're saying that you're trying to save. Anyway, you're trying to save your communities, don't burn them down. Anyway, but it's all in the name of a good cause at the moment. There's nothing I can say that's going to make it a lot more better. But what I can say is, stop looting and protest like everyone else. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope everyone has had a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching the gaming news. It's been an incredible day, and it's been an incredible week so far. As I stated on the podcast yesterday, that the ending of Spider-Man is coming to an end around June 25th. Go check that out. Go check out the last couple episodes. The next episode will be up this Thursday. It will be up on Thursday, the 11th of this month. Then the next one will be 18th, and the last one will be on the 25th. Go check them all out. It's going to be really cool just to see the endings of the game. Play them. Well, go ahead and click play on them and see what you're missing, because it's a really cool thing. Something went down the wrong tube, so my voice is a little different. That sucks. Anyway, the gaming news is getting a little bit more updated, so this is going to be something I'm going to try to do. Some live action moments rather than just seeing, PNGs. Because if I'm sitting out here, why not? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. All of our wonderful creators are down in the links below, and all of them are doing really good work. So go check out all of our wonderful creators and see what they're doing. Personally, on my channel, I'm playing Tom and Jerry and Dead Island on normal days. On Wednesdays, I am playing Dragon Age Inquisition, playing my last ever playthrough of the game, as I'm playing the Mage playthrough. I've already done one for Warrior class and Rogue class. I haven't done anything for Mage class. So that's going to be the last class I'm doing, so go check it out. Also, on Fridays, I'm playing Wizards 101. That's going to be awesome. On Sundays, I play Let It Die and Minecraft. So come in, join in on the fun. It's all awesome down there. And as I said, if you guys want to see some more stuff from me, on Thursdays, I normally play Spider-Man, and I'm moving into a new series this coming July. So come in, see what I've got. It's going to be great. Anyway, if not, then down below, there's a subscribe button. I suggest clicking that and helping us get to 100 subscribers here on YouTube. We're already getting a lot of stuff outside of YouTube, but we're more focused on the platform here. So, help Invisible Corporation get to 100 subscribers. We are very freaking close. We're 30 away. Well, 60, 70, 80, 90, 40, 46 away. So, 44 away. Go check us out. Click that subscribe button if you guys haven't, and have a little bit of fun over here. Anyway, if you guys had a lot of fun, I had a lot of fun, but it's time to end. Good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragon Links back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Damian Dragon action. Peace.